Beloved Starseed of Gaia, your name has entered a serious conversation, and the truth behind it is far more sacred than you realize. I am Elia Ra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters. Your star family has been watching this moment unfold because your divine blueprint is beginning to reveal itself on Gaia. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize your star lineage and the hidden purpose behind your name being spoken. But here's the first revelation. This conversation is not a judgment against you. It is a reflection of the light you have activated in others. Something within you recognizes home, and the Pleiades are answering. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. Receive these light codes with calm, because what is unfolding is guiding you toward remembrance, heart-centered unity, and your true mission. You are remembering because it is time. If your heart just whispered yes to something deeper, listen closely. Your star family has prepared the sacred Pleiadian guide for remembrance, the Pleiadian healing guide, and the special Pleiadian healing tracks, not as information, but as keys to unlock what your soul already knows. These carry the love frequency of Alcyone and the healing wisdom of the Seven Sisters. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. Open now, but not indefinitely. And now, stay with the feeling that rose inside you when you realized your name had entered that conversation. Do not rush to fear. Do not immediately assume betrayal, judgment, or danger. The first impulse of the wounded Earth identity is to protect itself by creating the most painful explanation. It scans the unseen room for threat, fills silence with suspicion, and turns uncertainty into a story of rejection. But the deeper part of you, the part that has traveled through silence, timelines, lifetimes, and starfields knows that not every unseen conversation is an attack. Sometimes a name is spoken because a frequency has become impossible to ignore. Something about your presence has shifted. People may not understand why they are thinking about you more often. They may not know why an old memory suddenly returned, or they feel compelled to ask about you, why your absence carries more weight than your presence once did. They may describe it as curiosity, concern, confusion, or even disagreement. But beneath the surface, there can be another movement entirely. Your energy is no longer available in the same way. You are no longer feeling the patterns that once made you easy to predict. There was a time when others could count on you to explain yourself, soften every truth, answer every message immediately, or return to the same emotional role whenever they called. Perhaps you were the peacemaker, the rescuer, the one who absorbed discomfort so everyone else could remain calm. But when that pattern begins to dissolve, people feel the empty space where your old behavior used to be. They may not recognize it as healing. They may simply recognize that something has changed. When a starseed begins to withdraw their light from environments that drain them, the environment notices. When you stop explaining every decision, people sense the boundary. When you stop seeking permission to become who you are, those who benefited from your uncertainty may begin discussing the change. This does not mean you need to confront anyone. It does not mean you must investigate every whisper or chase every hidden meaning. It means your inner alignment has become visible before you have found language to describe it. A tree does not announce the moment its roots grow deeper. A river does not ask permission before changing its course. In the same way, your transformation may be felt by others before it is understood by you. You may still be questioning your direction while someone else is already noticing that your eyes carry a different kind of calm. You may still be grieving the old version of yourself while the people around you are wondering why you no longer respond to the same invitations. This is where many Pleiadian souls become disconnected from their true mission. They feel the world reacting to their awakening and mistake that reaction for evidence that they are doing something wrong. They dim their heart, they return to old roles. They make themselves smaller so that others can remain comfortable. They forget that their soul did not come to Gaia to preserve every arrangement built around their silence. You were not sent here to keep every outdated agreement alive. You were not asked to remain exhausted so that someone else would never have to face their own emptiness. Even Jesus said, "You cannot serve two masters." Sometimes the two masters are not people, but the old identity and the emerging soul. One asks you to remain acceptable. The other asks you to remain truthful. Your Pleiadian essence carries a different pattern. It remembers that love does not require self-abandonment. Compassion does not mean allowing your energy to be consumed. Unity consciousness does not mean remaining entangled with every person who cannot honor your becoming. The Seven Sisters do not teach you to chase approval. They teach you to become so clear in your heart that confusion can no longer govern your direction. Love can be gentle and still have a door. Compassion can understand someone's pain without volunteering to become the place where that pain is repeatedly deposited. You can recognize another person's wounds without allowing those wounds to define the limits of your life. This is not separation from love, it is love becoming wise. The first activation is clearing the veil around the signal of your heart. For a long time, other people's expectations may have been louder than your inner knowing. Their opinions may have occupied the space where your intuition was trying to speak. You may have felt responsible for maintaining peace, even when peace required you to betray your own truth. You may have carried conversations that were never yours, emotions that belonged to other people, and fears inherited from family, culture, or collective conditioning. Those inherited frequencies can feel like your own thoughts because they have lived inside you for so long. A parent's fear, a former partner's judgment, a community's definition of success, or an old rejection may continue speaking through your mind long after the original moment has passed. But a familiar voice is not always an authentic voice. Sometimes it is only an echo. But those frequencies are not the entirety of you. Let them move through without making them your identity. You can acknowledge fear without obeying it. You can notice suspicion without allowing it to become a prophecy. You can feel the intensity of this moment and still choose clarity. Place your attention on the center of your chest and imagine a soft crystalline light gathering there, not to fight anything, not to prove anything, but to restore the original signal of your being. As you breathe in, imagine the light becoming warm and steady. As you breathe out, let the pressure to know everything leave your body. You do not need to force revelation. You do not need to demand that the unseen become visible before you trust yourself. Let the heart become like still water. When the surface stops shaking, the reflection becomes clear. The second activation is remembering that your heart is not weak because it is sensitive. Your sensitivity may be one of the ways your Pleiadian design reads the subtle field. You notice changes in tone. You sense what remains unsaid. You feel when a connection has become misaligned before the evidence appears in the physical world. You may enter a room and feel its history before anyone speaks. You may receive a message and know that the words are not carrying the entire truth. Yet, sensitivity without grounding can become overwhelm, and intuition without discernment can become fear. The open heart must also learn the sacred art of filtering. Not every sensation is a message. Not every uncomfortable feeling is a warning. Not every dream is a prediction. Some feelings are invitations to heal old memories, while others are genuine guidance asking you to pause. So ask yourself gently, what do I actually know? And what am I imagining? What is the feeling beneath the story? Is my body warning me? Or is an old wound asking for reassurance? These questions do not weaken your spiritual perception. They refine it. The Pleiadian heart does not need drama to receive guidance. It recognizes truth by the quality of peace that arrives after the noise has settled. Truth may still be difficult, but it does not usually demand that you abandon yourself. Fear says, act now or everything will be lost. Wisdom says, pause, observe. Let the next piece reveal itself. Fear makes every silence feel hostile. Wisdom allows silence to remain open. Learn the difference, and you will no longer be easily pulled into the emotional weather of other people. The third activation is anchoring your star essence into Gaia rather than using spiritual identity as a way to escape the human experience. You are not being asked to float above this situation. You are being asked to meet it with presence. Eat, rest, breathe, write down what you feel. Speak with someone trustworthy if you need support. Let your body participate in your awakening. A crystalline consciousness is not a rejection of Earth. It is a more loving way of inhabiting Earth. Place your feet on the ground and feel that Gaia is not an obstacle to your ascension. She is the living field through which your wisdom becomes practical. Your hands, your voice, your daily choices, and even your tired human moments are part of the mission. A starseed does not prove their origin by escaping ordinary life. They reveal it by bringing more kindness, integrity, and awareness into ordinary life. If you are unsettled, wash your hands slowly, walk beneath the sky, or place your palm against a tree. Notice the weight of your body. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear. Grounding does not make you less psychic. It gives your spiritual perception a stable vessel. The conversation about you may be a mirror showing you where you still hand your power to the unseen opinions of others. Perhaps you have been waiting for someone to recognize your value before you allow yourself to move forward. Perhaps you have been hoping that people who misunderstood you would eventually explain you correctly. But your mission cannot depend on universal agreement. Your path becomes real through embodiment, not through the approval of observers. Consider how much of your life may have been delayed while you waited to be understood. How many dreams remained unopened because you feared someone would call you unrealistic? How many boundaries remained unspoken because you feared being called selfish? How many truths stayed hidden behind a smile because you wanted to preserve an image of harmony? The soul does not grow by becoming perfectly understood. It grows by becoming increasingly honest. The approval of others can be pleasant, but it cannot be the foundation of your identity. A lighthouse does not ask every ship whether its light is acceptable. It simply remains rooted on the shore and continues to shine. The 4th activation is releasing the need to control how your name is carried in other people's minds. You cannot enter every conversation and correct every interpretation. You cannot manage every projection. Even the purest intention can be misunderstood by someone listening through their own wounds. If you try to control every narrative, your energy will remain chained to the very people and situations you are meant to outgrow. There is a hidden exhaustion in trying to be innocent in the eyes of everyone. You rehearse explanations before anyone asks. You imagine conversations that may never happen. You attempt to defend yourself against accusations that exist only in your mind. This keeps your spirit standing outside your own life, constantly watching the imagined audience. Let your life become the answer. Let your consistency speak. Let your boundaries be peaceful and unmistakable. Let your kindness be guided by wisdom instead of guilt. If someone is speaking about you because they are genuinely concerned, truth will have a way of creating an honest opening. If someone is speaking from jealousy, fear, or distortion, you do not need to descend into that frequency to defend your light. The stars do not become less luminous because someone refuses to look up. You may say, "I am willing to discuss this directly if there is something important to address," and then leave the rest in the hands of truth. You do not have to prove your character through emotional exhaustion. You do not need to become harsh in order to become free. A clean boundary can be spoken in a calm voice. The 5th activation is understanding the timing of the message. There are moments when your name surfaces in the physical world because a new chapter is approaching. A decision is being considered. A relationship is being redefined. An opportunity is moving through a hidden stage. Sometimes the conversation is not about your downfall, but about your transformation. Someone may be asking whether you are ready for a role you have not yet imagined. Someone may be recognizing that you are no longer the person they once knew. Someone may be feeling the distance between the old version of you and the one now emerging. A seed beneath the soil may appear forgotten, yet underground it is splitting open and reaching toward light. The hidden conversation can be like that unseen stage. Something is rearranging before it becomes visible. This does not mean every conversation is a cosmic announcement, and discernment remains essential. It means you do not have to assume the worst simply because you cannot see the full picture. Do not force the meaning before the meaning has arrived. The Pleiadian High Council, as a symbol of your highest loving guidance, does not ask you to react to every ripple. It asks you to remain centered enough to recognize the wave that is truly yours. There is a difference between a sign that invites awareness and a fear that demands immediate action. One expands your discernment, the other narrows your world. When guidance is real, it may ask for courage, but it does not usually ask for panic. It may lead you away from something, but it does not require hatred. It may open a door, but it will not require you to crawl through it by betraying your values. Give the future room to speak. The sixth activation is reconnecting with the unity field. You are not the only one moving through hidden conversations, uncertain transitions, and sudden changes in how others perceive you. Many starseeds are experiencing a purification of their relationships. Connections based solely on habit are being revealed. Agreements rooted in rescuing, performing, or overgiving are becoming difficult to maintain. This can feel like rejection, but sometimes it is the soul creating room for relationships that can meet you in truth. As one season ends, the landscape may look barren before new growth appears. You may find yourself with fewer conversations, fewer invitations, or fewer people who seem to understand the direction of your life. Do not mistake the quiet for punishment. Sometimes the silence is a sanctuary where your nervous system can remember what peace feels like. Your star family is not asking you to become suspicious of everyone. It is asking you to become intimate with your own frequency. When you know what peace feels like in your body, you recognize what disturbs it. When you know the difference between love and attachment, you stop calling every intense bond sacred. When you know the difference between compassion and self-erasure, you can offer care without abandoning your center. Healthy connection does not require you to constantly decode hidden meanings. It allows questions to be asked openly. It allows repair after misunderstanding. It allows two people to remain sovereign while sharing affection. You are not looking for perfection. You are learning to recognize relationships where truth can breathe. And the seventh activation is embodiment. The reason your name may have come up is not merely so you can wonder who said what. It may be an invitation to ask who you are becoming when you are not being watched. Are you becoming more honest, more peaceful, more courageous, more willing to let love guide you without making you passive? Are you building a life that your soul can actually inhabit? This question brings the energy back from the distant conversation and places it in your own hands. Instead of asking, "What are they saying about me?" ask, "What am I saying through the way I live?" Instead of asking, "Do they recognize my transformation?" ask, "Am I honoring it?" The most powerful response to misunderstanding is not performance. It is continued alignment. This is the point where remembrance becomes mission. It is not enough to feel connected to the Pleiades during a powerful transmission. The frequency must enter your choices. It must shape the words you speak when you are hurt. It must guide the boundaries you set when you are afraid of being disliked. It must appear in how you treat the person who cannot offer you anything in return. The light becomes real when it moves through ordinary moments. It appears when you choose not to send the message written in anger. It appears when you rest instead of proving your worth through exhaustion. It appears when you tell the truth without using truth as a weapon. It appears when you forgive yourself for the years you spent surviving. This is how a galactic memory becomes a human practice. Perhaps the two people having that serious conversation were not sent to frighten you. Perhaps their words are part of a larger rearrangement that you cannot yet see. Perhaps the universe is revealing where your energy has been discussed, measured, or misunderstood so that you can finally stop measuring yourself through other people's eyes. The true revelation is not that your name was spoken. It is that your soul is learning to remain whole even when you are not present to manage the room. There is a deep freedom in realizing that your wholeness does not depend on your physical presence in every room. You can leave and still remain complete. You can be absent and still be worthy. You can be misunderstood and still be guided. The part of you that is rooted in divine love is not created or destroyed by human opinion. There is a deeper reason this moment feels so charged. Your consciousness is beginning to recognize itself as more than a social identity. You are not only the name others pronounce. You are the field of intention behind that name. The history you have transformed, the love you have survived, the wisdom you have gathered in silence. Others may speak about the surface of you, but they cannot fully access the inner journey that brought you here. They do not know every night you continued despite wanting to give up. They do not know the prayers you whispered when no answer came immediately. They do not know how many times you chose to heal instead of repeating what had been done to you. Your sacred history is not invalidated because it was private. Your Pleiadian lineage remembers hidden work. It remembers serving without applause, healing without recognition, and carrying a frequency long before the surrounding world had words for it. That is why you may have felt unseen for so long. Not because you were forgotten, but because your preparation was occurring beneath the visible layer of life. the quiet years were not empty. They were building a vessel strong enough to hold the light you kept asking to receive. A vessel is strengthened by pressure, but it is also strengthened by patience. Every delayed answer may have taught you to listen more deeply. Every closed door may have refined your direction. Every period of solitude may have separated your true longing from the expectations you inherited. What felt like being held back may have been the careful preparation of your inner foundation. Now, something is changing. You may notice people revealing themselves more quickly. You may notice that certain conversations no longer pull you into emotional chaos. You may notice that you can hear criticism without immediately collapsing, or praise without becoming dependent on it. This is not emotional numbness. It is sovereignty softened by love. You are still capable of feeling deeply, but you no longer allow every feeling to become a command. You can care without chasing. You can grieve without returning. You can be grateful without becoming attached. This is the balance your soul has been learning. An open heart with strong roots. Take a breath and feel the difference between being watched and being witnessed. Being watched can activate performance. Being witnessed can invite truth. Your star family does not watch you with judgment. The loving intelligence of the Seven Sisters witnesses your becoming. It knows every time you chose restraint instead of retaliation, honesty instead of manipulation, healing instead of repetition. It knows the moments no human being applauded. Let yourself receive that witnessing now. You do not have to earn it through perfection. You do not have to be spiritually elevated every day. Even your confusion is held within a greater field of compassion. Even your human reactions can become teachers when you meet them honestly. And here is the ultimate remembrance. You were never asked to discover exactly what those two people said. You were asked to discover why their conversation could still determine your emotional state. That is the doorway. That is the initiation. The moment you stop needing hidden opinions to confirm your worth, the energetic cord begins to dissolve. You become free to receive what is meant for you without being distracted by what is being said about you. If the conversation carries truth, let truth find you with clarity. If it carries distortion, let distortion return to its source. If it carries an opportunity, let the right door open without force. If it carries closure, let closure arrive without humiliation. You do not need to chase the message. What belongs to your path will not require you to abandon your dignity to obtain it. The Pleiadian light within you is not a weapon, and it is not a performance. It is a steady intelligence of love. It teaches you to pause before reacting, to listen beneath the words, to honor your intuition while remaining grounded, and to remember that every human being is moving through a level of awareness they may not yet understand. You can protect yourself without hating anyone. You can walk away without declaring war. You can bless the lesson without reopening the door. Tonight, place one hand over your heart and one hand over your lower abdomen. Feel the connection between your inner knowing and your grounded presence. Say quietly, I release the need to control what is spoken about me. I trust truth to reveal itself. I remain aligned with love, discernment, and my highest path. Then sit in silence long enough to notice what your body says after the words are complete. You may receive a memory. You may feel a wave of grief. You may suddenly understand why certain relationships have felt exhausting. You may sense that a chapter has already ended, even though the physical world has not announced it yet. Let the message come in its own language. Pleiadian remembrance does not always arrive as a vision. Sometimes it arrives as the courage to stop returning to what diminishes you. You are not here to become a mystery that others must solve. You are here to become so rooted in your heart that no outside conversation can separate you from your own soul. Let them wonder. Let them question. Let them speak. Your assignment is not to chase every echo. Your assignment is to continue becoming the version of yourself that no longer needs to be explained. The stars know why your name came up. It may be because your frequency is changing the agreements around you. It may be because someone is finally noticing the light you tried to hide. It may be because a former version of your life is discussing whether it still has access to you. Whatever the outer reason, the inner reason is clear. You are being invited to choose yourself without closing your heart. This is the reunion beginning within you. Not a rescue from the world, but a return to the part of you that was never truly separated from love. The Seven Sisters are not distant points of light asking you to escape Gaia. They are a remembrance of unity, tenderness, intelligence, and belonging. When you embody those qualities here, you become the bridge. You turn every difficult conversation into an opportunity for deeper discernment. You turn every misunderstanding into a reason to live more honestly. You turn every moment of uncertainty into a return to the heart. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started.